Alright, so I'm putting the drive back on. I had some difficulty with the gasket. Each time you put it on, the gasket wants to fall off, especially up in the front, and you can't reach back there. So what I did was I took the dowel pins off the case, the two dowel pins that's down right here and in the back here. Took that off the case and I put it on the cover itself with the gasket on there. And basically, I slowly manipulated it on there, and I had problems with the front coming off of the groove. So basically, I just took a little flathead screwdriver and I sort of, just reach in there on both the top here and the bottom here to sort of, get it back into the groove, and I sort of push the cover around a little bit, trying to get the cover back into the groove of the gasket here. And I finally actually got it in there. It took me like, it took quite a bit of time. I think it took like almost 15 minutes to do this. So I didn't want to bore you guys with that part. So now everything's back on, so we're good. So when you do that, the one thing to consider is the cable up right here. It's gonna sort of be in your way, so you sort of push that forward and up, so that's out of your way. It'll get hung up on the top mounting spot here on the cover. So that's where it'll hang up right there. And like I said before, the gasket in the front end of the cover up here, that'll sort of mess you up too. So that took a while. So back to our bolts here. So there should be five of these bolts. So these things have little rubber grommet, gasket, whatever you want to call it. And this type of bolt, how it works is that it has this stopper here. So basically, as this gets screwed in, the stopper here will hit your will actually hit the case behind the cover, and that's basically how it goes in. And when and it stops, because this cover does use a rubber gasket instead of a regular flap type gasket to fit it in there. So that made it a little bit makes it a little bit different. The feel of it's a little bit different, but as far as putting it in, it shouldn't be any different. In that regards. So I was put everything in by hand first, right? Everything in by hand first before you tighten anything down. So again, that little cable right there is sort of in the way, so I'm gonna save that one for last. So make sure everything else here is on, so that the way the cover doesn't come out and be loose again, because that gasket was a real pain in the butt. Again, it's just by hand. Okay, so I know the covers are going to come off. So now I can go back to this and manipulate this wire here. It's pain in the butt wire. So that spot to put it. Let me get this wire back in its groove. There's a little clip here, back here. Actually, the wire actually bends like that, and the clip actually holds it like this. So you got to get that wire back into the clip right there. And the other wire actually goes around where the bolt is. So that's that wire that goes around that's the one that actually is giving me problems, not the one in the clip. Okay, the clip went on. I just need to get this wire here. This wire is actually, this big old wire here is actually the wire to the starting motor. So that's probably connected directly to the battery, or actually to the relay, then the battery. Starter relay. Okay, now I've made it past there. I'm going to bring it in a little further. I'm not going to tighten it down yet. I'm just going to bring it in so it clears that wire. Yeah, I don't like that design. That's kind of hokey right there. I think over time it's possible that bolt that bolt could actually dig into that wire and cut, you know, basically cause a cut, and you could have a short right here. So that's a possibility. So you have to keep an eye on that. So I don't like that. I don't know if there's another way to do this. I might have to relocate that wire, but I'm going to save that for another video. Okay, now I can tighten everything down. So just really lightly. There's only 5, right? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I'm going to do this middle one, top middle one first. Just really light on that one. Do bottom one slightly. Bottom one over here slightly. And the 2 on top. So once I get this in, I could actually go back and cinch it down. Again, I usually just go by feel. It's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Okay, all the bolts are in. So now it's just a matter of putting the filter cover on. So I have my filter cover here. Remember that there's, you know, both of these mounting spots on the front and the back, and here the mounting spot will actually, you know, it's almost like a little spot for it. So when you slide it in there, actually it's actually this way. Slide it in there, get in there. It does sit pretty fat. When you put this on, make sure that there's an O-ring right here. That O-ring is in place. This O-ring is actually a little different from other O-rings. This O-ring is actually, it's a hollow O-ring. So it's a little different. So it can actually, the reason why it's hollow is that it can sort of get crushed in a little bit, and it forms a better seal. Because you know, if you look at this, it's not like a tight mating surface or anything like that. So that's why that stays on like that. Okay, so now I'm in the slot. I'm good. That there. And one in. There's my socket stuck up on top. So turn that on. Get it close. For the bottom one is going to be the hard one, harder to reach. So what I do is I actually, see, let me move the camera. Maybe you guys can see a little better. Maybe not. No, that's not very good. Let me move it up this way, over here. Maybe I can see that better from that angle. Just reach back here, and it's nice to have this belly pan off. Back here, I can actually reach in there. Some people actually do this without taking this belly pan off. I think it's a lot more pain in the butt to do that. So I'd rather just take the belly pan off. I have so many 3 screws, so it's much easier. So I screw it in as much as I can by hand. And from there, take my 8mm open end wrench. Basically turn the rest of it. Just turn it in more by hand. Yeah, I could turn it a little bit more by hand. Okay. So this cover here is almost as much of a pain in the butt, or this bolt here is almost as much of a pain in the butt as a gasket for the drive cover. Because, you know, anytime you have something that's kind of hard to reach or going to fall out while you put it back in, it's always a pain. Okay, so I'm getting there, getting tight. So now I switch over to the open it, or the box end. And I'm just gonna slowly bring it back in. Almost tight. Ratchet back on. Ratchet back on. Tighten the back. That's good. Now tighten the front. I'm sticking my thumb in here. I'm putting it right on top of the where the screw is, because I want to keep my my wrench nice and flush on there, nice and square, so that way it doesn't, the wrench not cockeyed to the bolt head, and it doesn't strip my damage my bolt head. That's good. And that's it. That's how you put the drive cover back on a SH150. Definitely more of a pain in the butt than other scooters, but I've seen worse actually. So this one's not too bad. Thank you.